Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of 123 Wrestling right here on SRB TV. I am Kristen, as always, joined by Nick Slade
Let's go.
for these predictions as we're checking a look at WWE Elimination Chamber 2024 Perth Edition. This
Perf.
year's, of course, is taking place in Perth, Australia,
Down
um,
under.
down under.
Down
And
under.
let's be honest, we're going to be honest with you, everybody, before we get started on the road so far. Good Lord, this feels like the new fast Elimination Chamber has started to become the new fast lane. Not in a bad way, but like in a more positive way than talking about fast lane. Would you agree?
Well, I'm trying to understand what you mean. I know, like you said, Fastlane was usually just a waste of time pay-per-view.
Yeah, fast lane was usually that waste of time pay-per-view that led into like this one is like a better what fast lane should be, which is like a reason to watch, a reason to get excited for WrestleMania, and not just a bunch of filler matches. Though to be
Yeah.
fair, two to be fair, two of these matches are very obviously filler matches.
What? But one of them should be still be good.
And we'll see. So the road so far. You know what sucks about doing Royal Rumble predictions is afterwards when everything gets lit ablaze. You know? So you got Vince McMahon booted from existence in WWE. You got Brock Lesnar booted from existence in WWE. You got John Laurinaitis even more booted from existence. Like, good Lord. Fucking hell. But yeah, they have been scrapped from 2K24. They're trying to figure out how to work their way around with Vince and stuff. I'm when like that's gonna be a challenge considering like
He is
motherfucker he is WWE. So like he's a good 40 plus years worth of WWE. So like good luck with that. Of course that's still all ongoing allegations and stuff like that, but safe to say I don't think Vince is coming back anytime soon. Same goes same goes possibly for Brock Lesnar. So things have slightly shifted. But that's not the reason things have shifted around because Dwayne The Rock, I'll say what I do, what I want, Johnson has become a member of TKO, which in turn led to him doing Rock versus Roman Mania 40, which led to the most one of the most controversial segments in WWE history. Like in
yeah,
current
the most
SmackDown,
down voted video in WWE history.
let me read in SmackDown history. Let's be honest, the allegations top this.
Well,
Easily
no,
top this.
most down. I'm gonna say the down most downloaded video on their YouTube channel.
Downvoted easily. They try to repost without the part of Cody giving the face and still got downvoted to hell.
The
And
ratios, man. The ratios.
then we got the We Want Cody stuff, and then our recent reports have said yes, it was due to fan backlash that they are able to convince The Rock to change it back to Roman Cody at Mania 40. With a rumored, though we're gonna get into when we talk about one of the things here, rumored tag team match for night one. Because they still, regardless, Rock still wants to wrestle at Mania. At WrestleMania. Yeah. So that's where we're at now. Currently, Punk's injured as well due to taking
hmm
I guess taking the what was it, a future shock DDT wrong or not right at Rumble, and now looks to be rumors, reports, or theorizing that it looks to be going to be Rollins is still going to be competing at Elimination at WrestleMania, but we'll get to that shortly. But yeah, also Walter's plans for Mania have been thrown out the window. Maybe when we get to it, I have a theory about where direction they can redirect themselves back into it that. But yeah, oh, and last thing, is it Jimmy Uso cost Jey Uso the IC title after causing a distraction, multiple distractions, letting Walter to retain on Raw last night as
And he
this
got
recording.
double fined.
Yes, double find. So that's where we're at now. So I wouldn't say WrestleMania is fully up in the air. I say they have a set card. They just need to do some redirecting here and there. Oh, okay. So we're gonna start with which I feel is going to be our opening match because it was for the Rumble, and that is our women's Elimination Chamber match, where the winner will face the winner will face either Rhea Ripley or Nia Jax at WrestleMania 40 or XL for the Women's World Championship. So competing in this is Becky Lynch, Bianca Belair, Liv Morgan, Tiffany Stratton, Naomi, and the winner of the Last Chance Battle Royale from last night on Raw, a returning Raquel Rodriguez, who I didn't realize till last night. Oh fuck yeah, she's been gone on injury for like fucking ever now. So apparently the initial plan was it wasn't gonna be Raquel, it was gonna be Jade. I don't think there's definitive reasoning as to why, but I think they want to save any like determine like win losses for her till Mania. That's my
Yeah,
theory.
that's basically what they're saying is that they don't want her to take a pin before Mania.
Yeah, and I don't blame them. That makes perfect sense. Now let me ask you something before we get to like I think we both know the outcome to this one. Do you think you save Jade Bianca for Mania 40, or do you have Jade build herself up leaning into Mania 40 with winning wins on TV?
Uh Probably the former because let's face it, she's very green in the ring, and I think it's like a Goldberg situation where the less you have her wrestle, the less you expose her.
Mm. And plus,
And
mm.
mm,
No,
so
go
yeah,
on, go on.
I think basically you hype up her and Bianca going face to face with each other. Then you have the match at Mania. Hope all goes well, and we'll see then. I don't think you try to expose her by having her wrestle week in week out. That's really exposed her in AEW when she was wrestling nobody after nobody after nobody, pumping up that artificial record, and it really exposed her.
Yeah, no. I agree for the most part. I think she was fine in the Rumble. Like, luckily she didn't really have any like botch spot. Like, even the most botched person in that Rumble women's Rumble match was Maxine. Like, seriously, Maxine. But no, I think she did fine in the Rumble. I think I would say if she's trained for this, if she showed up in September and they've been training her since September. I still say I'm not saying like every single week. Have her compete in a couple matches in the last remaining weeks leading up to Mania 40. I just and to be fair, of course, with more experienced wrestlers and stuff like because regardless of what we think about the SmackDown women's roster, it still has a lot of competent women's wrestlers in it. So like
Yeah,
I
but you might.
say, oh,
Mm, I was just thinking you might want to hype up her singles debut, like her actual match debut at Mania,
okay, I well
instead of giving it away on SmackDown.
Well, no, I appreciate we have a difference of opinion on that because usually, like what we're gonna do with this women's elimination chamber match, we're gonna probably agree together.
Oh
So
yeah,
obviously, I think they have not done them any favors in telling us who's the winner of this match is going to be
yeah,
because she's been building herself up. She was at the press event to confront Rhea. Had one of the
yeah,
best lines of the night, to be honest. Aside from this is bullshit from Cody. Yeah, it's Becky. Like it's her first chamber match too, which I totally didn't know. I totally forgot. It's her first chamber match. They've been building her up for months, not even weeks, 4 months, too, with the smack talk she's had against Rhea once in a blue moon, with all this hype, these face-to-faces she's had, like occasionally, it's going to be Becky. Like,
yeah,
that's a problem with this match. It's going to be fucking Becky. Like
yeah,
like at least with the men's, I have a there's a slightly less guaranteed chance of who's winning. Like there's a slightly less, but it's still obvious. But here now, obviously I'm gonna choose Becky Lynch.
Well, yeah, Becky Lynch is the obvious choice. It just really just feels like a step in the part of a storyline that needs to happen, but is pretty obvious where it's going, which isn't always bad. Sometimes you have to go through these motions to get to where you need to go. Uh, the he should not be named who used to be in charge of WWE when he saw opportunities like this, like, oh, I'm gonna just have them lose to subvert their expectations, a la the Fiend losing to Randy Orton at WrestleMania, which I will never let go. But sometimes
Pat, pat, pat. Okay.
the obvious outcome is the right outcome.
Yes. It should be a good match. Like, I mean, let's be honest. We all want to see the Prius moonsault off of one of the pods. Like from Tiffany Stratton. Like we got like seriously, like I think this will be like a standout performance for Tiffany if they book
Mm.
her right in this match. This will be a standout performance for her. Like Liv Morgan even has something going into this where like she wants revenge on Rhea, which I think could easily be like a mini feud leading into Mania with Rhea. Like me a little mini feud leading into that. That's fine. Bianca, of course, is just looking to uh cement her ticket to WrestleMania. And Raquel's just happy to be there. Um and
And Naomi's
Naomi,
there.
yeah, Naomi, she's back and she wants some gold. That's it. And yeah, that's fine. Yeah, but
Mm.
Becky obviously. So our next
Yeah.
match will be Judgment Day, which is Balor and Priest defending their undisputed WWE Tag Team Championships against the now named, which is Pete Dunne, Tyler Breed, now named New Catch Republic. Which
I guess they couldn't trademark British strong style.
that's fine. Plus, you can't really call it British Strong Style without Trent Seven as part of the group as well. And
Mm.
he's in was it he's TNA currently, so
Yes.
but no, I don't mind. New Catch Republic, nice, rolls off the tongue. It doesn't make me roll my eyes like some other names like Final Judgment. That's like, oof.
Yeah, but
Uh,
when I think of two British wrestlers, I don't think of the word Republic. I would have called it like New Catch Empire or New Catch Commonwealth or something like that.
you don't know. Maybe Regal came up with the name. Like it's obvious he came up with the name for that. What was it No Quarter Catch Crew and NXT? It's obvious that was him. So maybe he came up with the name. That's my thoughts.
Maybe he
But
should be
it's
the on-screen general manager instead of the nepotism.
yeah. But I think it's gonna be a great match. Honestly, two good teams. Like Dunn and Bate together is gonna be amazing. I'll be curious if they get a chance in that stadium too, whether good or bad. But no, there I think Judgment Day is retaining here. I feel like we
Yeah,
are. Somebody made a good theory. We're either leaning towards Judgment Day versus Awesome Truth at Mania, or they're gonna do what they did last year, except putting stakes online, have a fatal four-way tag match for the tag belts. Have like what was it? Have like what was it Awesome Truth, DIY, and
don't you
New
mean
Catch
DX?
good one. And like New Catch Republic as well. Make it a big fatal four-way for the tag titles instead. Have that be your WrestleMania showcase match without just it being a blatant advertisement. We just need to get more people on the card.
Mm, you
Either way,
could do
but
that. I don't know, but there's also something there just doing a standard tag match with Truth and Miz. It's like that year that Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins won the tag titles. It's a feel good moment. You could do
mhm.
that with Miz and Truth.
I mean, you can still do that regardless. I think the only difference between just doing a one-on-one and a fatal four-ways is that the fatal four-way is going to be a lot more entertaining for the audience.
Yeah, I guess. It gets more people on the card, like you said.
Yeah, but yeah, Judgment Day.
Yeah, Judgment Day retains.
Okay. And so we're going to take a
Can they
well,
please do something about tag titles though? Either unify them or separate them. I don't
apparently
one
they
or the
all
other.
apparently they have a new design in place for the now separated tag belts. I'm like, then show us. I'm fucking bored with these penny belts. Sorry, they're silver. These nickel belts. Um, we're gonna take a quick break from our matches to talk about the one segment we're going to be getting during this, and that is the Grayson Waller effect
Aussie's
with
own.
yep with Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Of course,
That's
I
Seth
don't.
frickin' Rollins.
Yeah, whatever. So I think this is going to just confirm because like Cody's been hesitant of getting help from Seth, and then what happened on Raw last night, where the Bloodline cost Cody the match against Drew, and Seth coming out, coming down later backstage segments saying, I offered. So I think this will solidify their like uneasy alliance, to take on the Bloodline, basically. And that's all this segment's going to be really for. And they're probably going to give Grayson Waller what for.
Uh, my main thing about not really wanting to do the tag match at Mania is because it'll Seth will then have to simultaneously be in two feuds at once. One with the Bloodline for night one, and one against the winner of the Chamber for night two.
Well,
And I feel
that's oh,
Seth's focus should be on his opponent, not be wrapped up in Cody's feud.
well, okay, we'll talk more about that when we get to the men's chamber match. We'll talk more about when we get to the men's chamber match. But yeah, that's all this segment is. There's not much to really talk about. Yeah, Grayson Waller's going to get his ass kicked in front of his home country. So
This might be actually be where they make that tag match official for Mania.
yeah, yeah, at most, I think minimally, like minimum, it'll just be getting the start of the Rhodes Rollins Uneasy Alliance.
Mhm.
Most, yeah, we'll get the confirmation of the tag match for Mania.
Mm.
So our next
Oh, and
match,
Grayson Waller is going to get taken out.
yeah,
We
that's true.
know.
So in our next match is the men's chamber match
Mhm.
at Elimination Chamber match. This
Oh,
time for
you
Seth,
skipped Ripley Jax.
we're gonna do it. I'm gonna honor her by doing that match last, because she is wrestling in her home country. It's more than likely gonna be the main event.
Mm,
We'll
I don't
see.
know. We'll
I think
see.
it's gonna. We'll see. So that's why I'm going to the men's chamber match,
Okay.
as
Okay.
this will be to take on Seth Rollins. I'm assuming night two of WrestleMania 40 for the World Heavyweight Championship. In it, we have a lot of strong competitors here. We got Drew McIntyre, Randy
Hmm.
Orton, Bobby
Hmm.
Lashley, L.A.
Hmm.
Knight,
Yeah.
okay, Kevin Owens, and the current United States champion Logan Paul. So you definitely have some stories going into this. Of course, LA Knight trying to punch his ticket to Mania. We got Bobby Lashley trying to think positively moving forward because of this fucking feud with the Final Testament. I don't blame him. Randy Orton just because he wants that gold again to cement himself as was it 15 or 16?
It'd be 15 if he wins.
15-time world champion. And Drew, oh sorry, justified heel Drew McIntyre. It went from justified heel to adding quotation marks around it, as well, trying to get that fourth match against Rollins. Okay, so
He was
here's
screwed in
where,
those first three.
yeah, so here's where I see it. I think Drew McIntyre, it's obvious choice.
Hmm.
I remember what you're saying. Rollins needs to remain focused. Well, that's the thing is now the bloodline's getting interfered with Drew McIntyre stuff. Drew McIntyre apparently doesn't mind in the long run that they're interfering. He's remaining focused on getting to WrestleMania. So
Hmm.
you can still have Drew McIntyre as part of this storyline, lean into like you can have your own mini uneasy alliance, have like little mini feud with like Bloodline and Drew taking on like Seth and Cody or stuff, and even add like Sammy to an extent helping him out as well. Perhaps you can have that throughout March, which
Yeah, it
eventually,
would be interesting for both WrestleMania World Title matches to be intermingled in
yeah,
storyline.
yeah, have it's a clever way of making them both relevant, is having them intermingled. And plus there's the Sammy stuff where he's really trying to push to get onto the WrestleMania card. And I still think my theory holds that it's gonna be a triple threat between Drew, Sammy, and Seth. With I think this is where I think I can be really fucked up with Drew. Drew wins, Priest cashes in on him.
I don't want Priest cashing in at Mania.
I know you don't, but just think about it. Just
I
think
don't.
about it. Drew thinks he's finally making it back to the top, and fucking Judgment Day dicks him over.
But
Like
wouldn't that make the
hard.
Judgment? Would that make Drew a face again, or would that make the Judgment Day faces?
You can still make Drew a heel. I mean, he's still not a fan of Judgment Day. Like he's very obviously not a fan of Judgment Day. So like you
Uh,
can still I don't know. I that's what I think. I don't know. It depends on if like Drew resigns.
I think
Because
with Priest is I don't see him fitting in any either the long term world title
Oh,
pictures.
I think. Sorry to interrupt. I think it's going to be a short reign. I think Damien's going to have a short reign. That's my opinion. I don't think he's going to have it for long. Like I think either, well,
Well,
because
he still does have the option of cashing in on any belt, not just a world belt.
I can still see Drew winning at Mania and then him holding it long enough for like Punk to come back and then feuding at SummerSlam for the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, that's why I see things going to Drew wins at Chamber, he wins at Mania, then he faces Punk at SummerSlam. But he said he'd be back either August or September, so either
Eh.
SummerSlam or after.
And you know what else he can do? Because his contract expires July 1st. We already know that his like Priest contract expires July 1st for the Money in the Bank. Have If you want to make this like if you want to continue this feud between Judgment Day and Awesome Truth afterwards, have Truth cost Priest the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, you could have him make a failed cash in.
Yeah, have him successfully cash in, have Truth cost, awesome Truth cost him to really take over Judgment Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's my prediction on that. I don't, yeah,
Yeah,
but
what
no,
you could do is try to have Priest cash in on night one, maybe at the tag match, and then Austin Truth cost them, then they had their tag match on night two.
that too. You can easily set this up right. Because I like night one is, I think the main event, unfortunately, will be the tag match, whether we want it or not. There's gonna be that tag match. Was it Bloodline versus Cody and Seth? What would you call their stable name? Uh,
Um,
freaking nightmares.
Freaking nightmares.
The freaking nightmares.
Um,
Um,
the freaking Americans.
no, well, it is in Philly. It is in
Yeah,
Philly, so um,
birthplace of
you know,
America.
yeah, but no, I'm gonna pick Drew to win this.
Mm,
Like, since Punk's injured, it's obviously their backup's gonna be Drew.
he
As if
deserves it.
Yeah, if he retains or not, I mean, if he wins at me or not, that's up in the air. Because
I think he deserves it. He's been having some of the best work of his career as this current heel run.
because I think Punk was going to win at Mania, win the
Mm,
World Heavyweight Championship at Mania. But I think Drew's gonna win instead because I think they were still gonna lead to Punk Drew after Mania, but now they're gonna do it the other way around.
yeah, and I think what will happen. This is where I see the world heavyweight title going for the next year. I think Drew's going to win at Mania. He drops to Punk, and then Punk will face Seth at next year's WrestleMania.
And that's a good choice too. But honestly, when it boils down to it, yeah, I'm gonna choose Drew McIntyre. It's the most obvious choice. No offense to Randy, Bobby, like all your competitors are like amazing in this match. And yes,
Well,
even fucking Logan Paul.
another
Like
thing I see happening in this match is the setup for LA Knight Logan Paul at Mania. Like maybe Logan Paul screws over LA Knight somehow.
that's you know what? Good point, dude. I didn't even think about that. I was so inclined on Drew McIntyre stuff. That's a good point. This is an easy like you because you think it's just gonna be Owens and Paul just reigniting their feud again after what happened at Rumble. But you know what? It could be Knight costing Logan Paul costing LA Knight, and that's where you lead into it.
Hmm.
And maybe after Chamber, you can do one more like a rematch, a Rumble rematch, like on the SmackDown after or something like that to where you can then set up LA Knight. Because maybe
Mhm.
Logan Paul, maybe like Austin Theory and like Grayson Waller show up, beat down Kevin Owens, and then that's where LA Knight makes the save, and that's where you start up the build for LA Knight versus Logan Paul for the US title at Mania.
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, it should be like with the women's, if they do it right, this should be good. It should be good shit, like serious good shit. And I'm assuming Logan Paul is gonna jump off the one of the pods. That's my prediction on that. There's
I'm
always
sure
one person who does it.
I'm sure Mo hope he slips.
Mo is a dark man, a very, very dark man. So in our what I'm assuming is our main event is for the Women's World Championship as Rhea Ripley defends against Nia Jax. Now, what's been great about this match is that they've set this up for a while now, ever since Nia Jax has returned. She's had not only beef with Nia Jax has not only beef with the women's division, but Rhea Ripley in general. And we've got a lot of build up with Nia being successful in a lot of matches. Like shit, she beat Becky, which was a general shock to me. And they've been building up really well. So lead into Rhea Ripley now in this feud. And by the way, they had a backstage promo, like camera to camera promo last night on Raw. I didn't watch it. It's like I'm like, I know who's winning this. I
Mhm.
feel like I should care, but I don't care for Nia like as a wrestler, I don't care for Nia. I have to say that now, just in case people think I
Well,
just hate
with The
Nia
Rock and
Jax.
TKO, she's not going anywhere.
Yeah. So, but yeah, they've had actually this match has had a good build up. I cannot deny that. They've actually building it up for a while now, and now we're leading this into Elimination Chamber. Of course, Nia was unable to win the Rumble match because she got eliminated in amazing fashion by Jade Cargill. So yeah, obviously, I think Rhea's retaining here. I just think it's going to be a main event because it's Rhea's home country. She's over as Rover. Imagine how over she's going to be at in Perth. Like that's going to
I
be
don't know.
insane.
As big as I know it's her home country, I don't think you do this match. If it was against somebody else, maybe. but I don't think you do this match after a chamber.
Here's my other theory because
I feel
we
like people are
think
gonna be
Becky.
way too exhausted.
Here's my theory because I think Becky's gonna win early in the night. I think to end the show, you have a stare down with between Rhea and Becky.
I guess you could do that if a heel like Drew does win the chamber, you may want to sit in the crowd. Even though Rhea is a heel in
Oh, she's gonna be a
Australia, she's a face.
yeah,
Um, you could end it with Rhea winning and then have her and Becky. I guess you could do it like that. I can see that
like a
going.
stare
Yeah,
down, and like them both staring at the WrestleMania sign because they love
I'm
doing that
pointing at it to
shit.
make Mo happy.
Dude, you know what I regret not doing all my predictions I do on my wrestling disc on the wrestling Discord was not putting it over under how many times people will point to the fucking sign. Because dude, I counted at least, dude, on the Rumble, I think I counted at least 5 to 10 people pointing. And sometimes it was the same person, but 5 to 10 points easily. I'm like Jesus Christ, people. Okay, so next up, oh, I forgot. Oh no, I did that. So next up, what we think is going to be the best match of the event.
Mm,
Now this one feels like it should be obvious, but because that's the pro elimination chamber matches, it's 50-50 on that. It can either be amazing or just it was all right. It was like all right
or
chamber
it could be
match.
garbage.
Uh I have okay, so for me, I have it between two. I have it between the Undisputed Tag Title match and the
Mm,
men's chamber match. Those are the two I have it
yeah,
between right now. What about you?
That's what I'm thinking too. But I think the chamber is probably gonna have bigger moments, so I'm gonna lean towards the men's chamber.
You know what? I want to be at odds. I want to split on odds. I think it's going to be the Undisputed Tag Title match.
All right.
I think Balor and Priest have been amazing, done an amazing job being an
Mm-hmm.
amazing heel tag team. And we already know, like during our time watching like old school NXT, Black and Gold NXT, we know how awesome Pete Dunne and Tyler Bate can be together,
Mm-hmm.
against each other and together. So like, I think it's gonna be one hell of a match. But it's gonna be a fun. I think it's gonna be a fun show overall. I made the joke about Fastlane earlier, but I don't think it's gonna be like Fastlane. I think there's gonna be a lot of entertaining moments. There's gonna be a lot of great moments from the crowd themselves because this is a football like European like football stadium, like giant
Yeah.
stadium. So I
This will
think
be the first elimination chamber in a stadium.
yeah, and that too. So like maybe if this works, maybe they'll do it in a future chamber match. We don't know yet. Like there's a lot of stuff coming. Like
Oh
our
yeah.
WrestleMania, our WrestleMania 40 predictions are going to be insane. We have 2 nights to cover.
And then
And
like
this
the
will
rest we got like Backlash in France and we got Bash in Berlin and Berlin.
yep, because
That's gonna be fun.
yeah, 'cause we're talking about Berlin, Missouri. No, I'm not kidding.
Is there a
Um
Berlin, Missouri? There probably is.
no, there is not. I was just making shit up. But nah, it's gonna be a hell of a time. I just forgot what else I was gonna say. WrestleMania 40 should be good. Trying to oh no, this will be I just thought about this a while ago, but this will be my first time in like 2 years, 2 to 3 years. I'll be joining you guys for both nights of WrestleMania reactions.
Yeah.
Because of course I wasn't here for 39 and 38. I was kind of here for night two a bit. I was here for night two, but like a frustrating time night two. Fuck Peacock to the fucking heavens. Jesus Christ.
Well, they
But
might
no,
be merging with Paramount to be Paracock, so
yeah, just a pair of cocks going into this.
Paracock.
Um, no, this will be my first full WrestleMania reactions in like nearly 2 to 3 years now, joining you guys. So like, should be fun. But yeah, it's gonna be for our Elimination Chamber predictions. So other than that, if you're new to the channel, you can hit the like button if you want to talk to us more about stuff like this. Comment down below if you want to share us around, share it around, and if you like us just a little bit more than anybody else when it comes to talking about going down under. I had to get it in there at least once. Hit the subscribe button down below. Hit the bell icon as well. Let us know what you think of our predictions for Elimination Chamber Perf Edition. What do you think is going to be the match of the night? What do you think is going to be the standout moment of the evening? And what do you overall think is going to be the overall ambiance going in to this Australian-based event? Let us know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of our predictions overall, but most importantly, we thank you for watching. Now, of course, Nick, aside from this channel, where can they find you elsewhere on the internet?
Well, you could find me on the socials, the Facebooks, the Instagrams, the XX baby. But you can also check out some of my work on another YouTube channel I help out on called the Y Files, which I happen to be on the writing/research team on. The Y Files is a great YouTube channel that covers all kinds of fun stuff: government cover-ups, UFOs, ancient mysteries, all that fun stuff, all with a talking fish. And speaking of that talking fish, make sure you go to the yfilesshop.com and get yourself a Hecklefish t-shirt, get yourself a Hecklefish plushie. It talks and everything, and get yourself a fistful mug while you're on there.
Oh, didn't you have like one more line of dialogue? Like he's a fair and
Yeah.
honest.
Oh, yes, he is a strict but fair lord.
I've heard so many times. I feel like you're
I try
missing
to switch
it.
it up. He has a few catchphrases.
Yeah.
Out motherfucking haze.
Yeah, of course. Of course, we will be having our Elimination Chamber reactions coming out sometime next week. Stay tuned for those. We will be Mo hasn't gotten back to us yet, but we will be doing our. We won't be watching it live, that's for sure. It's at 5 in the fucking morning for me, 4 a.m. for your ass. Like,
Yeah, we're not watching it at 4 a.m. We're not
no,
doing
but we'll get reactions recorded and we'll have it out to you guys sometime next week. And I promise, I keep on saying this, we will have a Royal Rumble vlog coming out. My brother was going to start working on it last week, but he came down with a nasty sickness, like a nasty cold. So he's
Are you
been
saying he was down with the sickness?
Yes, unfortunately. And like he hasn't had time to work on it because he's been working 2 jobs and still trying to recover from this illness. So we promise it is coming. It is coming. Our Royal Rumble vlog is still on its way. But until
Sometime
next,
this year.
yes. But until next time, though, I'm Kristen.
I'm Nick Slade.
And this has been a very chamber. No, sorry. For our German viewers. This has been a very no
German.
escape. Yeah.
Ah,
This has been a
yeah.
very no escape filled episode of 1, 2, 3 Wrestling. And we will see you guys later.
Good day, mate.
Hey guys, thanks for watching.
If you want to check out any of our previous reactions,
As well as one of our other SRB shows.
check out one of the playlists down below.
And if you want to check us out in the social universe,
You can find us on Twitter and Stardust,
at Super React Bros.
as well as on Facebook.
At Super Reaction Bros.